Today we have rising R&B singer Maurice here with the BS7 crew. And we just finished a photo shoot. And now we're going to talk to the fans about Maurice's love life, his style, and what's coming up in his career.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we just did a photo shoot with you, and we did kind of an urban look. But what is your personal style? Describe your personal style.
My style. Honestly, I would say my style is just very, open. I'm open to all the different styles around me, very vulnerable. I just like to keep it real, keep it comfortable, keep it real, true to who I am as a person. And you guys can definitely get a glimpse of who that is through my music. So who you hear on the music is kind of exactly what you see. That's my main objective with my fashion sense. So.
Okay. So a lot of people have celebrities that kind of they would gravitate towards and take some of their pieces and make it their own. Is there any celebrity style that you find that you see and you're like, I like that, I could take that and make it my own?
Definitely. Also one of my biggest music influences is also one of my biggest fashion influences, and that's Chris Brown. I mean, Chris Brown, he's always got something real edgy or, really ahead in terms of the R&B game. So I definitely look to Chris Brown for some fashion guidance because he's got something cool going on. And you could definitely see some of that in what I wear in my photo shoots and in my videos and out in the streets. So Chris Brown, definitely.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
Why red?
Red, just because, red is a very strong color. I would say I have a really strong personality. It's bittersweet at times. Some people love it, some people hate it, but definitely red gives me that essence of strength, ambition, passion, love, all the above. So.
Can you tell me about your life experiences that you draw from to sing these songs?
I mean, not all of it is personal experience. I try to draw from everyday experiences, whether I hear from a friend or I saw it in a movie or I experienced it myself. I just like to take a combination of those things and create, vivid stories that people can relate to. Because, being 17, a lot of times a big debate comes about in terms of how I'm going to relate to the older generation. But I feel like, there's one thing we all have in common, and that's just our crave for love of some sort. Mm-hmm. So I try to put that feeling of love in all of my music, whether it be, a negative experience or a positive one, there's always love involved. So
yeah, and you're saying to connect with older generation, your sound is very, it kind of goes back to old school R&B.
Definitely.
What kind of music did you listen to growing up?
Oh man, I had a wide range of music. I mean, I'll be completely honest, my first music crush would be the Spice Girls and Shania Twain,
really?
Which is not even really in the R&B world, but I mean, my mom and dad really exposed me to all genres of music. So from pop to country to classic to R&B, blues, jazz, you name it. It was kind of all of those influences combined that created Maurice and the sound that you guys hear on my music.
So when did you first realize you had this talent?
Honestly, I started making music when I was about 9 years old, just rapping for fun. I wasn't even always a singer, and my sisters are all singers, so they kind of got me involved in the singing thing. And that was only about 3 or 4 years ago. So I've actually only been singing the way I am now for about 4 years.
Only 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
Remarkable. And in this 4 years, which one of your tracks would you say has challenged you lyrically and your voice?
That's a great question. I would say from a writing perspective, if you guys listen to the EP, I'd say Ashberries, which is also a fan favorite, but that drew from a really dark personal experience. It's not my most extravagant vocally, but I mean conceptually it came from a really, really dark and emotional place, and I tried to put that in the most poetic and interesting way I possibly could, and Ashberries is what we came up with.
So you said lyrically that was the one that challenged you?
Yeah, I think vocally though, if you guys checked out one of my earlier tapes, The Takeoff, which you guys can check out online on Hot New Hip Hop, it's called Sleep in the Middle, which is probably my biggest track vocally. I had to go off on that one. I actually didn't write that song, but I think vocally that's one of the biggest performances I've ever done.
I'm kind of shocked that you said that one because I have a personal favorite, which is Magic. and you even whistle in this song.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
would thought that would be the song that challenged you vocally. Tell me a little bit more about that song. Though. That's my own personal thing.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that song.
Well, you know, Magic was just something that kind of just happened out of nowhere. We were just in the studio vibing out, and I heard a Coldplay record, and I loved it. I fell in love with it, and I wanted to put kind of a Maurice R&B spin on it. So I got a couple of my producers, we just got in there and we kind of recrafted the music and just made it something that we could call our own, and that's what came out of it. So, I mean, Magic is definitely one of my favorite songs, but I wouldn't say it's like my ultimate vocal challenge, but it's one of my favorites for sure.
And what's coming up next? We have a video coming out.
I have a video for my single Lift Off that's coming out in a couple of weeks, and that's also spinning on G98.7. So I hope you guys are checking that out. Make sure you request that if you're in Toronto. And yeah, I'm really excited for that video. That video is gonna be crazy, so be on the lookout for that.
So tell me a few of the people who are featured on your EP.
Well, honestly, I only have 2 features on the EP, but they're pretty big names. I got Freddie Prince, who's an up-and-coming rapper from Ottawa, and he's doing some pretty big things. I also have Andreena Mill, who goes by Andreena now. She's on the EP as well, and you know, she's also been, you know, a really big mentor to me, showing me the ins and outs of how this industry works. And you know, big shout out to Andreena. Yeah, that's what I have on the EP. So yeah.
And you've been doing some producing with, who has produced with you?
Oh, I've been producing with a bunch of people. I worked with Emerson Brooks, who's been working down with Webster and a bunch of big names. Arthur McArthur, who's also from Toronto. He did a bunch of stuff for Drake. And he's the one who produced Lift Off. So Lift Off is kind of the big single, and we're really proud of that one. I work with Jay Anthony from Kevin McCall's production team, Andreena, of course, and Jaron Howard, who did Miguel Lotus Flower Bomb. So I'm proud of that one.
I'm going to get a little personal now. I find that girls are always asking girls for advice, right? But I think that we need to hear what men like.
Okay.
So what would you say you like to see, like what kind of style do you like to see a girl dressing? How you like, what catches your eye?
What catches my eye? Well, I'll be honest, I don't think it's necessarily what she's wearing that catches my eye as much as it is, you know, about the way she carries herself. I like a girl who's really confident, who's comfortable in her own skin.
So it doesn't matter if she's wearing Timbs or heels, as long as she's comfortable.
Exactly, exactly. That's actually...
So comfortable, sexy ladies, comfortable, sexy.
Intelligence. Intelligence is by far the sexiest trait a woman could carry. So all my intelligent women, holla at me.
Well, thank you for coming by and spending some time with me out of your busy schedule. And before we go,
okay.
I just have one request.
And what is that?
To hear you sing a little bit of Magic.
Definitely, yeah. Magic. Call it magic. Call it true. I call it magic. When I'm with you, yeah. And I just got broken, yeah. Broken into two. Still I call it